Well, okay guys, I'd just like to start by saying a big thank you to everyone for coming just to give Kate the support in marrying Ryan. I'd like to say a few things about Kate's family at ease today. Just want to vouch for Ryan here. He's a great man, he's kind, caring, compassionate, responsible and faithful. So Kate's going to be well looked after. One thing he definitely isn't, he's definitely not a wife beater. As for wife eater, any promises there. But on a serious note, it was a great honour when Draper asked me to be best man. I didn't expect him to be first to tie the knot, and I didn't expect him to be the first to ask me to be best man. I always thought it was going to be cello. He's had more holiday romances than Draper's had. He also once had 2 children, but luckily the paternity test proved his ex was a whore. Now, as everyone is fully aware, Draper has just married Kate. This surprises me, because Ryan has never, ever had great success with women called Kate. I'm sure there's many people in this room that remember one time, in an English lesson, this man here, Ryan, aged 15 years of age, trying to understand a girl called Kate O'Hara, turned to her and said to her, "I bet you were up all night, titty wanking." Demonstrated it with this action. There's more Kates. Another Kate that Ryan struck out with, Kate Day. Some of you remember this. This is one girl who was not shy in the least. You picked up the phone, she was down to bone. So Ryan brings her for a date. Ryan brings her up for a date. "Hello, is Kate there?" "No, she's out at the moment. This is his sister. Can I take a message?" "No, that's all right. I'll try again." So the following day, Draper comes to me and says, "I'm going to try again tonight. I rung up last night, she was out, I'm going to try again tonight." At this point, I had the gut-wrenching honour of telling Ryan that Kate didn't in fact have a sister. She was just letting him down like Just like that, I saw the upset etched across his face. His eyes filling up quicker than Ian Huntley's bath with 2 spoons. Pulling out a pack of 5 Mars bars, just like that. Something began. This pursuit of Kate there by Ryan must go some way to explaining why she went from taking more poles than Sebastian Vettel and Ryan's brother Thomas put together, to munching more rugs than our hockey playing head of Europe. He's got previous to turning girls' game lines, stuck out with Jenny Durgan on one of his squash dates. Although he turned up at that squash date with his hot pants on and his racket in his hand, and her younger brother Paul decided that he wanted to become a switch hitter, this proving that Ryan had the rare ability to turn both sexes. They say that when you get married, your sex life dries up, but Gerald has told me he's not worried about that. This is a man who was once nicknamed Shit Shag by a group of Scottish men. He also took a combined total of 3.5 seconds to produce 2 children, which incidentally is longer than he managed on the rugby pitch for the Welsh universities. On the subject of rugby, Ryan will continually tell you that no hooker in the current Welsh squad of Welsh regions were ever able to lace his boots. He was a strong, powerful, great scrummager, could hit any line out he wanted. He even won the Pill Harriers under 15 place kicking tournament, which he beat Cello for and still has the trophy for. He had trials for the Welsh under 21s, but took a more lucrative offer. He worked in Hobbycraft that day. He even made an appearance across Keys firsts. He was once even so fit that he actually beat me over 2 miles on the beach in Tenby. I still maintain the only reason I lost that race is because I was still vomiting from the sight of his mother's ginger squid the day before. All this taken into account, and Ryan's greatest ever achievement in rugby was becoming Division 5 Betis RFC Player and Players Player of the Year. I also still remember the day I realised that Ryan's rugby career was over. It was a boiling hot day in the paradise that was Malia. I was sat on the balcony of the hotel, so we're going to call beer with Mikey. When Mikey turned, we were taking this to the local sites and culture, and Mikey turned to me and said in his usual rapey tone, "John, look at the state on that." And actually, I thought he was referring to a half-naked photo by the pool. But just like that, he had indeed whipped out his top-of-the-range Nokia N95 with 2-time optical zoom and a 5-megapixel camera and taken a picture of what can only be described as a baby humpback whale. On closer inspection, I realised it was in fact Ryan. And at this point, Mikey and I looked at each other and we agreed, it's not coming back from that. And then a back vagina and multiple buffets later, we were proved right. Now, before I hand over to Mikey,
Make it stop.
I'm going to have to turn to Kate and ask her to hand me over the keys to all the boys' houses. Because now you're married to Ryan, there's no time for any late night booty calls, as you like to call it, evening pasty smashing. So, Mike, can you help me with these? Name and shame. Some keys in here. Oh. Kate, you can keep these. These are Ryan Jack. Thomas Draper. I thought he was a male backdoor lover. Oh shit, never mind. Brendan, I take it that's 1-1, yeah? Shadow.
Bastard.
Shadow strikes again. Anyway, I could go on. There's a lot of keys in here, and there's a few more snakes in the room and around. And I'll be here all day if I go through them. Anyway, moving on. Draper, you've been a great friend. Top guy, I'm honoured you chose me today. And I'm sure everyone would agree that you've done well for yourself. So anyway, I'm going to hand you over to Mike now, and he's going to take it from here.